We're talking about cost of governance. Do you think our leaders are fiscally responsible? The cost of governance in Nigeria has been a topic of intense debate, particularly as the nation grapples with economic challenges. The glaring disparity between government spending and the financial struggles of ordinary Nigerians raises serious questions about fiscal responsibility among the country's leaders. At a time when inflation, high unemployment, and economic hardship dominates public discourse, reports of lavish allocations for government officials highlights a troubling pattern. I mean, we are talking about, the cost of spendings, that we've seen our president and other people travel, which we know is part of the budget. Now we're talking about if the leaders are physical with these responsibilities that they carry in the offices. For instance, a recent investigation by Premium Times revealed that 10 billion was allocated for rent and furniture for the presiding officers of the National Assembly in the 2024 supplementary budget. This sum was approved within 5 days, despite widespread outcry over economic hardship faced by citizens. We're not trying to drag anyone. We're just talking about the spendings. If they are actually physically responsible with the spendings, with the public funds. So this is what we are going to be discussing today. As usual, the rules of engagement is to stay away from your TV set when you're calling us. Just so we can have a good interaction with you, so we avoid any delay when you're calling. And if you're not able to reach us, do well to send us WhatsApp message on the first number that is displayed on your screen right now. I mean, Sumayya, what's your take?
Oh, my take is let's start.
I know you said something yesterday. I don't want to say it now. So just tell me your take.
I mean, let's start with the fact that we've seen government spendings, as much as they try to justify it, to say, oh no, it's okay. I don't think Nigerians would have issues with them spending if Nigerians are okay. But Nigerians are hungry and then you're overspending. So we're just seeing it as so, no, you're not thinking about us. You're not acting responsible.
Exactly. At the end of the day, that's how Nigerians will feel. Let's take this first caller. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Your name and location?
My name is Wahid Salis from Katsina State.
Okay, Wahid Salis. Thank you so much for joining us from Katsina. Go ahead. What's your take?
Okay. Also, you are talking about the cost of governance. So my take is, even when the budget, if you look at the Nigeria generally, so when the budget is appropriated, for those who are very far, especially in the northern Nigeria, they can't see any difference. Because the money mostly are spending in Abuja and offices and other accounts of top government officials. So nothing change you can see. Right from the time of former President Muhammadu Buhari, you can see a lot of money during budget. So we are expecting when the budget starts moving, every Nigerian can feel happy, so that the cost of transportation, the skyrocketing price of commodity will be reduced.
All right.
So you can only see.
Are you with us?
Yes.
Would you say that based on the spendings that we're seeing the government do and what Nigeria is going through, would you say that our leaders are responsible when it comes to how they spend money?
Yes. The way how the money is spending.
Yeah.
Is seriously there is melody. Because if the money can be spent appropriately, even the poor among those who are in rural area can enjoy it. Because if you look at the transportation sector, so when the money when the petroleum price are reduced, or the naira gets some difference, everything can come down so that the poor man can afford. So, but when this is the cost of governance, if you look at the money spent by wife of the president office, it's not looking in the constitution, and the money is appropriated. So there is a lot of albatross hanging around. Our leaders need to fear God. Because when you are a politician, most of the vote comes from the rural area.
Yeah.
So the rural area has already abandoned in absolute poverty. So it is need to do everything humanly possible to make the country habitable.
Yeah.
So this cost of governance is high. It's too much.
Yeah. All right, I appreciate you. Appreciate your take. Thank you so much for calling to share your take. Emphasis on local government, where we know these people reach out to them to say, vote me, I would make sure I deliver on everything. But then basic infrastructure, these people do not even have. Talking about health, education, water, power supply. These are the 4 basic things. And then even now, another one that should even be given to them, which is security, they even lack on that part.
Yeah, I mean, you've said it. I wanted to actually say something, but let's pick this call before we proceed. Hello, good morning. Your name and location.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Your name and location.
I'm Ismail calling from Niger.
All right, Ismail, go ahead. What's your take?
All right. The issue of this cost of governance. Well, Nigeria is just a funny country, come to see. Very funny. Just like the last caller said, rural area matters a lot. Matters a lot. We centralize our governance. The people of the rural area are not feeling the impact, and we are not feeling the impact of the governance. And when it comes to the time of election, we voted. How many of the rich men go out to vote? How many of them? It is we the poor that still go out to vote. I can't just imagine a first lady of a state. You can't just imagine how much being budgeted to their offices in the name of maybe to a kind of bring the women whatsoever together. Are the women really feeling the impact? The governor or the state, if I'm to say, will budget some amount of money for that purpose. But are they really feeling the impact? No. When it comes to the issue of transportation in this country, we out. So we are just appealing to the government, to the government. As I always say, Nigerians are very easy to move, to rule. Very, very easy. We don't need much. Give us good infrastructure, give us roads, give us good healthcare, then we can go to health. All we need are just these basic things I mentioned. That is all we need.
Right.
How much is it costing them?
Yeah.
In my area now, whenever we have an issue of health, we have to travel almost 5 to 6 hours before we can access the better care. Imagine one in a critical condition before you get that person is gone. How much will it cost government in every of the local government for you to have a standard hospital? How much, for God's sake, with the resources we are being gifted with in this country? We are extra gifted. I just pray our leaders should be patriotic and should also have their masses at heart. And I'm also praying to our masses again. We have to be vigilant when it comes to elections. We have to. I think it's better time we started signing an MOU with whosoever is going to represent us in either the red or green chamber. This is what we want, and you must do it. You must sign it. If you did not do it, then we'll call you back. Okay. I think it's right time for that.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Ismail.
I get your pain, Ismail. Talking about that MOU, I think we need to start doing that, and tell them the MOU should carry, if I do not, then I'm letting go of my seat. But then one thing that he said, and then the previous caller also re-echoed, was the thought of, you know, the First Lady. And while they were saying, the first thing that came to my mind was this the reason why former President Muhammad Buhari scrapped the First Lady's office? But yes, there seem to be a lot that, you know, people are lacking. He also pointed out that Nigerians are easy people to rule, which is true. I think our leaders have, you know, some of them, not everyone, but some of them have been making it seem as if Nigerians are so difficult to rule. Like they need to give everything for you know, to satisfy us.
Just now we spoke about how hospitals are opting for solar power just to, you know, help them reduce the cost of diesel, petrol that they use for operations and what have you. If they have it, good. I mean, a lot of things that people are not even asking you to give them money. Just give them good infrastructure, like Ismail said, so that they'll be okay. Just, you know, you come and you tell them, oh, vote me, we are going to take care of this and that, and then once you get voted, you forget the people that vote for you. You don't even look back. I mean, when Peter Obi came out to, you know, grant the press conference that he just spoke about, Tinubu should take the initiative to travel to states to see, I mean, spend 2 days in the states, if it means, if you can, go around and see what is happening in these communities and states. I mean, this is the first time that I've actually seen something, someone coming out to demand or, you know, tax a president to take up on this kind of tax, you know, exactly, so that they will feel your connection with them. They will know that yes, our president is working. He has come to see our living condition. See the problem,
because it seems the president has been a bit distant. The president, it's been a while. You know, I know he's surrounded with good livings and all of that, and I understand he's the president. He should have it, but then because of that, I think he has forgotten what poverty looks like.
Yeah, because he has always been. He's like rich, but you know, it's not just about him. Yeah, we know that a lot of
the leaders in general.
Yes, so but let's pick this call. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Your name and location, please.
I'm Comrade Abdullah Yafu from the Abubakar government area of Niger State, Nigeria.
All right, Comrade Abdullah, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Go ahead. What's your take on this topic?
Thank you. Concerning the topic of the day, I think our leaders are not only physically responsible, but they are deliberately responsible for our challenges, hardships, and suffocations we're facing in Nigeria. Because nothing seems to be working as far as I'm concerned in Nigeria today, and it is glaring. Because talk of civil servants, even civil servants, they have nothing to take home again. The pensioners are dying of hunger. Somebody will retire for a year, even at federal level, getting to 2 years, no pensions, no gratuity. Everything is getting worse with the kind of the economy, the policies, especially our current government is running. People are highly desperate, as in because of the shackles of the economy. So they are deliberately doing that so that they can weaken the strength of the common people, so that when it comes to election, they can use us the way they want us. So, as somebody, one of the speakers have rightly observed, that we're not asking for much. Instead, we're not asking for much. Let there be security, let there be basic necessities of life. Let the poor man sleep with his 2 eyes closed. Let there be 3 square meals at least. Even if we cannot get what is it called the adequate diet or balanced diet. But these days, federal civil servants cannot even boast of 2 square meals. Not to talk of eating adequate diet. What are we talking about? We have, God has given us everything in Nigeria, and we don't have anything in Nigeria. That's what I always put it. We have everything in Nigeria, and we are lacking everything in Nigeria as well. Because all this is attributed to the bad wickedness of our leaders. And that is why we see our foreign neighboring countries are milking us. They are milking us. That is why you see foreigners all over Nigeria. Because of the natural resources God has blessed us with, we are not supposed to be suffering.
Yeah.
And if you look at the statistics of the poverty level in Nigeria, is too alarming.
Yeah.
So, for example, you see some pensioner collecting 5,000 naira on a monthly basis. What an insult! So our leaders should come up with deliberate policies that will alleviate poverty from masses. In fact, let me share this thought with you. One of the elected office holder in our local government, was alleged to have said that one good Samaritan person is trying to help his people at local government level, but him as a elected officer said that he should forget about helping masses. He should forget about helping masses. An elected officer is telling a good Samaritan person that he intends to help his people at the local government level, that they should forget about them, that they are not worthy of helping. Somebody who has taken an oath to protect lives and property of his people is now discouraging somebody who is intending to help. And he calls himself a leader.
All right.
So these are some of the things that, that's why I call it a deliberate attempt to disunite us.
Yeah.
Our leaders over the time they have been using the principle of divide and rule policy. So that once we are weak, we are not united, the poor people are not united, they can't have their way.
Okay.
So the exorbitant lifestyle that our leaders are living, it's only God. They should fear God. Otherwise, once God is
Nigerians only need infrastructure, like all the other callers have been saying. I mean, Sumayya, it's sad to see what is happening. I was just looking at, what the findings of the Premium Times says that just recently, in the last 15 months, they said includes a 21 billion residential mansion for Vice President Fatima Kashim, and then Abuja, that minister also allocated 25 billion for the construction of houses for 40 judges. If you remember that, we took that, right? And then now the 10 billion for the speaker, Senate Speaker
and his deputy,
and then the Senate and his own deputy. Now, it's actually a lot when we see this money flying out, and we keep saying Nigeria is broke, we keep borrowing, and then this money is being allocated to certain luxuries, not kind of having the masses and the poor and vulnerable people at heart.
Yeah,
so
I mean, for the sake of clarity for people that might not have seen the news, it's saying that the minister of the FCT, which is Nyesom Wike, allocated 10 billion naira to Senator Godswill Akpabio and his deputy, Barrow Jibrin, and also to the House of Representatives, talking about Tajuddin Abbas and his own deputy, for a sum of 10 billion naira. This is an allocation, and that is Benjamin Kalu. This is an allocation for rent and furniture.
I mean, this money is enough for them to even buy houses. I mean, what happens to the houses that the previous presiding have? They all have
these
houses.
People don't have houses
exactly.
in the
So
FCT.
what do they need more houses and furnitures for? Because you can't, just like you said, you can't say that they don't have houses. So it's actually sad that we're seeing this happen to Nigerians right now, and this is the reason why Nigerians are getting angry, every day. But then let's pick this call. Please make your contributions precise so other people can also call in. 1 minute is enough for you to say your mind. Please go ahead. Your name and location, please.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you too. Your name and location, please.
People refused to pick my call last week. I mean, I'm not happy with you enough, but no problem. Yes, I'm Daniel speaking. Issue of cost of governance. The question is that, is it true that these people are asking, maybe the housing, the furniture, the vehicle, is it true actually the level of, they really need it in the office? If you go to, some of us, if you go to people's office, you see those furniture are there. You see those vehicles are there. And every year, they will now bring a budget for new vehicle. Okay, yes, if truly you need a vehicle, what happened to the former one? Where did you auction them to? They're supposed to be auctioning of former place. That is what has been happening in previous government that some of us know before. You see, they write budget which are fake. For example, I know of a commissioner, which I know through a friend, which is a director of finance. He now budgeted a fake budget to the government. Because you see the list he wrote, you look at TDC, that I think that time it was about training of staff. So he now mentioned he invited TDC 500,000, channel television 800,000, the state broadcast services 150, and all those things are fake. He sold the entire thing about 40-something million naira for a one-day program. And when the governor approved that thing, the next thing he started calling one or two people. I send this money to Ikichuku, send this one to this, send this one to this, and that is not good. All these costs of governance are talking are fake. That is the reality. If you need furniture, okay, your office needs furniture. Where is the former furniture? At the level of those furniture dilapidated up to the level that you need new one, you need to see those things. If truly, then you bring them out. Also, there are some people, some of us that buy stuff.
All right.
But never feel that. If the vehicle that you said, yes, this vehicle is not new, bring them. Some of us buy scrap vehicle. They don't see auction. So, actually, I'm fed up of all these type of things.
Yeah.
Then please, I want to take you back small.
Yeah. Well,
the issue of history that's being discussed last 3 days back in our educational curriculum.
Yeah.
You know, history involves 4 things. 1, the human being himself. 2, location. 3, the event. And 4, the time. But out of the 4, the 3 set away. That is man, time, and the event. You go. But the location will be there. So government doesn't give recognition to location. For example, let us use Zungiru. Zungiru in Nigeria, where there was an imagination that was taken place. Look at what you people normally show. That place is supposed to be a place that generation after generation will visit that place. But the government are just forgetting about things like that. We go to a various local government like in my place, where I come from.
Yeah.
We have the first primary school in Calabar State from that place. When you go to those places, when you see the way those buildings are going down, honestly, it's not good. So, location, preserving location is the best, because now I want reading history in book. If you read history in book, it's just like you are reading English comprehension, as Cindy is going to school, you just throw it away and forget it. So, preserving location, making students or people to go there for tourism attraction, that is the best thing that we encourage history in our society. And people will now get into archaeological, what we call it, experiment and anthropology too. So,
all right.
It's not about people in the book.
Yeah.
That is it.
All
so
right,
please, when it comes to cost of governance, all those things are cheap. You people should forget about those things.
All right, thank you so much, Daniel, for yeah, that's what he said. Nigerians definitely have every reason to be angry when they keep seeing this. I mean, I was thinking about this all through the night. You know, the reason for a lot of Nigerians being angry is the fact that the minimum wage is still not implemented. This is already the year 2025, and these are the promises. You know, yes, these are the promises that were made, and we are still yet to see that actually take place. And one of the reasons why I feel a lot of Nigerians are angry is because they have children. If it is for the adults, I'm sure they can cope with certain hardness or hardship with the country, you know, coming at this time. You know, some children are sick, they need money to take care of their sick children, they need to pay school fees, they need to pay house rent where their children will sleep in, they need to buy food to feed these children. So I mean, if you look at all
electricity,
you know, so water.
Let's not forget telecommunications now talking about.
Do you understand? 100% increase that they want at 11 years later.
So, I mean, question that we want to hear from you is that, do you believe our leaders are fiscally responsible? Are they prioritizing the needs of the people, or are they indulging in excessive spending? That is what we want to hear from you.
Yeah, I mean, and we have some messages also. I mean, this call should be the last call that we pick for today. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Fatima.
Fatima, Sumayya, good morning. Fatima, good morning.
Good morning, Fatima. I mean, you're the last caller today. You used to be the first.
The odds?
Yeah, very odd, you know. Now you're becoming the last caller.
I was not late, but I got you people 2 times.
I appreciate you for
Thank
trying.
you so much.
Let's
hear your take. Yeah.
Well, Sumayya, you are talking about responsibility. What responsibility are you talking about? Because we are voting people into power on that platform of politics with for political party without a mere manifesto. Then we do not sign any covenant with them. Because we have to go back to the drawing board. We should be introducing a political party with manifesto. It's unlike before. The political parties of nowadays, they just come to the campaign ground with a music, and they put on music and dancing. They are not even taking promises to the people. I will do this, I will do that, I will do that, I will do this. They will be dancing, and we are going ahead and just casting our vote to them. This is our problem. We should go back to the drawing board. We should do what is politics says to do. We should do the real democracy. To me, this is the fake democracy. It's a fake democracy that we are practicing in this country. How can you be coming to the campaign ground with a music, dancing without just saying anything? Our forefathers, they do not play politics like this. They come out and make promises and convince people with their words. They say, I will do this, I will do that, I will do that, I will do this. But nowadays it's not like that. You can surprise. In 21st century in Nigeria, a rich country without light, a rich country without potable drinking water. Most of our citizens are running out of our PC. Our PCB is very low because of lack of diet. We are hungry, so we should go back to the drawing board. We should play the real politics, how it is played. But we are playing politics with lack of sincerity, with lack of honesty. We should go back to the drawing board, honestly speaking. And these politicians, they just have to fear God. You are spending millions of naira for politics, spending millions of nairas, billions of nairas in just bicycle, official bicycle. You go to the some offices in secretariat. People are using chairs for 20 years. 20 years, one chair.
Absolutely.
And table. People are using it. Some of the furnitures, since when they have established that secretariat, they are there. Nobody cares to change them. But they are changing their own one each and every year. You see, we have to be sincere to ourselves. We are just calling, we are just praying. May Allah bring senses to our politicians.
Amen to that.
May Allah inject the spirit of fairness into them. So that we can have some relief.
Absolutely.
But it's rather unfortunate.
It is unfortunate.
Very, very unfortunate.
Yeah, I appreciate
you want somebody into power, he will turn down and betray you.
Yeah.
After giving him
the vote. Yeah, I understand that, Shatima. Thank you so much. Appreciate you for talking. He pointed a lot of things.
Yeah.
I remember someone posting a secretariat to a public office, and she said, "Oh, this is how government office looks like," and it was in a very deplorable
sad.
state.
I mean, if you go to government offices in states, Sumayya, I mean,
it's not even in the FCT.
Yes.
So if this is happening, why should our leaders, be
enjoy luxury?
Be getting too much? It's too much luxury.
I mean, now, think of your people first.
Nigerians want to get to a point where our leaders would enjoy luxury as much as we are enjoying. But then when there is that much gap, it becomes too much. So now I ask, what, if at all, for me, when the president, 1st October 2024, gave them National Honor Award, talking about the House of Reps and that's the leader of the Senate in general, I said, what have they done to deserve that? But then for me, I would have said, if at all that money that we could give them, they had rejected it, then I'll say, oh, you've actually earned that. If you have rejected it, no, use it for something else to help people. Fatima, recently, the global index, hunger index just came out, and Nigeria has moved to 110th, country with hunger.
Yes.
The level has increased massively.
Yes.
People are hungry. And now we are hearing billions for just four people. 10 billion.
Aside from that, 25 billion for the vice president's mansion only. And then the judges, at least I will understand, right? But then these are people that have money already.
Talking about the vice president, look at what happened in the Alau Dam. If there is that much money, why didn't he use to take care of that
But
dam?
then, like I said earlier, we said we are not here to drag anyone. We're just stating the facts, and we're just speaking the minds of a lot of Nigerians, right? And we have lots of messages from those that were not able to reach us through the phone line. So let's take a look at this message. And this is coming from well, he forgot to mention his name.
I know there's
but yeah, he said, good morning. Seriously, Nigeria is just a funny country. Our people do not need anything at all, just only infrastructure, healthcare, and so on. This is the only thing that Nigerians are asking for. This is coming from Jamil Gidigo from Yola. And then next we have
all right, let's pick on this message. This is from I don't know, the person did not put their name, but thank you so much for sending this message, saying, good morning, Trust, my beautiful sisters, and Trust TV. The screen, it must be beautiful TV to watch when you ladies are on.
The screen is the most beautiful to watch.
God bless you too.
Thank you.
I appreciate you for that message.
All right, so let's take a look at the next one. He said, good morning, Trust TV. In this
yeah, and I think we read that.
In the issues of cost of governance, seriously, how can the poor men survive or go to the farm due to insecurity of this country? Our leaders must fear God, because every creator must give account of his deed. You should help me tell Mr. President the masses are suffering and crying with his name. This is coming from Nathaniel L. Almajiri. Thank you, even though you didn't mention the state that you sent the message.
I mean, you said your message by yourself to Mr. President.
Yes.
Now, this message is saying, good morning. So Nigerian leaders are responsible for the physical challenges that we are facing in Nigeria, both at the federal down to the local government. If the country should remain in the state up to the end of the first quarter of this year, then we should expect negative outcome from our leaders. This is according to Yusuf Muhammad. No, Yusuf, we're not going to just sit down and pray and hope they change. We're going to continue to hold them accountable until they do right by us.
Until change is actually made. Now let's take a look at the last message coming from Muhammad Bello Misal from Bauchi State. He said, the lack of fiscal discipline by Nigerian leaders has far-reaching consequences affecting the country's economic growth, sustainability, and overall well-being of its citizens. It's essential for Nigerian leaders to adopt a culture of fiscal discipline, ensuring that public resources are managed efficiently and effectively to promote sustainable health, growth, and development. I mean,
indeed.
I don't have any words for all of you that have sent your contributions via WhatsApp and the calls. I mean, we've heard and we can feel your pain and anger at this point, that Nigerians need a whole lot, and this is the reason why we keep opening the phone lines for you to vent and say your mind, so that our leaders will hear from you, to know that yes, these people voted us, and we need to do the job that we said we were going to do in our offices. Sumayya, I don't know if you have anything to say before we go on.
Basically, the only thing is we'll keep crossing their neck until they do right by Nigerians, and that's
and like
it.
you always say, we hold them accountable for
absolutely.
what they do.
Absolutely.